Now, the French Open wrapped up Sunday, and many experts are calling the match one of the greatest Grand Slam finals of all time. Carlos Alcaraz defeated Jannik Sinner in 5 sets in an epic showdown in Paris. The 22-year-old Spaniard got to keep the title after coming back from losing the first 2 sets. He beat the Italian number 1 4-6, 6-7, 6-4, 7-6, 7-6 in the longest final in Roland Garros history. For more on all of this, we can bring in James Vecina from our sports editor. James, I don't watch tennis a lot, I don't watch matches a lot, but this was a fantastic match. I couldn't get enough.
You couldn't get enough, absolutely, and I think that would be a lot of people who don't necessarily follow tennis all the time will have understood how big of a game that was. Just the fact, as you say, you state it's one of the best. Many say calling it one of the best finals of all time. Definitely is a contender for one of them. And just in terms of what this final had to offer in it, absolutely incredible. I mean, the moments where, it seems like everything was kind of going to script at the start. Sinner with his first 2 sets, world number 1, coming easy, in form as we've seen throughout the tournament. And it looked like Alcaraz was going to be out and he was going to lose his title that he was defending. But here comes the 3rd set. And with Alcaraz managed to get it, and especially that pivotal moment of Jannik Sinner losing 3 match points. Now, whether it's him who lost 3 match points or whether it's Alcaraz who saved them, I personally got for the first because to be in that position is it's a massive error, and for him to be able to continue playing that match. I can't imagine what was going on in his head at that point, thinking I was so close, I had everything to be able to win this game. But as things went on, either it was going to be Sinner who manages to win the game, having managed to get past the mental side of losing by such a big margin, a huge opportunity, or it was Alcaraz who was to come and managed to make one of the greatest comebacks that you could make. And it was to be the latter. And Alcaraz was stunning. I mean, you saw it, and the 2 were stunning.
Yeah.
Because the strength, the as you say, the longest final in
even after
Roland
5
Garros,
hours, they were still going at it.
That was I thought was most incredible. 5 hours 29 minutes, and even throughout in the super tiebreak, which has now come to be something, they were still smacking that ball right down the court. It was absolutely, as you say, incredible indeed.
Because, in recent years, we've seen the big wigs, the heavyweights of men's tennis retire, whether it's Federer, Nadal, even Andy Murray. And there were some who would say that the game has changed and we won't have this great rivalry, we won't have the same show. But these 2 young players proved otherwise, haven't they?
Well, whether we'll get 3 or 4 rivals of the similar caliber, yet to be seen. But certainly, I think this match has shown us that, the spectacular kind of tennis that we can see, and this might be definitely a new rivalry to come. I mean, it's the first time that we've seen them play in a Grand Slam final. If this is what they're going to deliver for us every time they get to play each other in those moments of the year, it will be absolutely incredible. Just a little figure in there with Alcaraz managing. He's the only person who's managed to beat Sinner in his last 50 matches. So he beat him 3 times. So definitely a big opponent for him, and it is delivering on something very, very promising, that this is how things are to become. If this is what we're going to see in the next few years going on, I don't think for now we haven't got a 3rd person coming into that. Obviously, we'd love to see a 3rd person come into it. These are world number 1 and 2.
The other Italian guy, who knows?
And Alexander Zverev as well, who's world number 3. But Zverev hasn't been able to achieve the same things as they have in Grand Slams so far. But 5 Grand Slams for Alcaraz at the age of 22.
22, yeah.
Same age as Nadal. He was playing with his plaque on the central court there next to him in Roland Garros. Let's see what can become.
We'll see what happens. Thank you very much for that, James. James Vecina there.